Hey guys, it's Mrs. Rice. I just wanted to talk you through how to find a missing endpoint of a segment. So, with this question, what information will be given to you? They will definitely give you one of the endpoints, and they'll definitely give you the midpoint of the segment. So, when we're using the midpoint formula, we know that we add the two x's together of the endpoint and we divide by 2. And we add the two y's together of the midpoint and divide by 2. And that's what gives us the x value of the midpoint and the y value of the midpoint. So we're going to apply this formula backwards in order to solve for the missing endpoint. So think about it for a second. If we wanted to solve for one of these x's, because one of the endpoints is x1, y1, and one of the endpoints is x2, y2. First thing you would want to do is move this 2 over from the left side to the right side. So the only way to do that is to do the opposite. So since we see that we're dividing by 2 over here, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. That'll cancel it out on this side, and then it'll bring it over to this side. So our first step is going to be to double the midpoint. Then what we're going to do, if you think about it, is we're going to bring one of the coordinates over to the other side. So think about how we do that in algebra. If you have x1 plus x2 and you want to get x1 by itself, you literally subtract x2. So what we're going to do then is whatever that coordinate is, we're going to change signs of that coordinate. So it's as if you're subtracting it. And you do the same thing. You do the same thing for the other side. So that's why my second step, I say to change the signs of the x and y values. And then what you're going to do is you're technically going to add them together. So I'll show you an example. So if our example for this problem is that the midpoint is -6, 7, and the endpoint is 5, -2, here's what we're going to do. We're going to find the other endpoint. So our first step we said was double the midpoint. So -6 times 2 is -12. 7 times 2 is 14. So that's our doubled midpoint right there. Then we would change the sign of the endpoint. So we have +5, -2. So we're going to make that -5, +2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the doubled midpoint and the endpoint with the different signs together. So we're going to add -12, 14 and -5, +2 together. So -12 plus -5 is -17. +14 plus +2 is 16. So the missing endpoint is going to be -17, 16. And if you want to check your answer, you would use that endpoint that you just solved for and the original endpoint, and you would plug it into the midpoint formula. So you'd add the two x's, divide by 2, add the two y's, divide by 2, and that should give you your midpoint. So let's just check that for us. So -17 plus 5 is -12. -12 divided by 2 is -6. And then we have 16 plus -2, which is 14, divided by 2 is 7. So that's how we would check this. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Have a great day. Bye.